folks, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? Karnataka High Court says POCSO Act is gender neutral. Now in this video, we will be seeing as to what is the background behind High Court telling this way and what is the High Court ruling. We will also be discussing about the legal provisions behind your POCSO Act and also the constitutional framework and the implications. Now, how is this topic relevant to your UPSC from your GS paper 2 with respect to polity in child protection laws, your POCSO Act, and also in GS paper 1 society, where it is about breaking gender stereotypes, about your male victimhood, inclusivity in law, and also with respect to GS paper 4, we will be seeing justice beyond bias. We will also be discussing about legal integrity and victim sensitivity. In your essay, the topic would stress on gender neutrality in criminal laws and also justice without stereotypes. So these could, now coming into this, as usual I will tell it to you like a story, you listen to it like a story. So this case happened back in May to June 2020. So what happens is when a 52-year-old female artist asks or requests the neighbor to send her 13-year-old son to help her with setting up of the Instagram or basically your social media. When this 13-year-old child reaches the so-called accused house, in this the woman who is the accused has forced the child, a 13-year-old boy, to engage in a sexual act. Now after this incident, the boy has not disclosed any of this incident. He has come back and the entire family has moved back to Dubai to live in Dubai. So what happens, he in there psychologically disturbed speaks to a psychologist. Understanding? This is when like let's say 4 years later, this incident resurfaces while he was living in Dubai when he was of 17 years old. The mother of the victim lodges the complaint in HAL police station in June 2024. Now the victim is of 17 years old. Understanding, the incident happened in 2020, but this was disclosed to the therapist in 2024, post which the victim's mother, who is now a 17-year-old boy, his mother lodges a complaint. Understanding? This is the background. Now, the people arguing on the side of the accused have held that in regard to putting a POCSO case, that is anyone who forces to have any sexual intercourse with a child. Here now a child is someone defined below 18 years of age, should be tried under POCSO Act. But the accused side has pointed out that women cannot be brought into that ambit of, let's say, with respect to POCSO Act as the accused, because a woman's role is more of a passive and not as an active. Your Karnataka High Court has decided not to squash POCSO Act against the accused irrespective of the gender. It also has pointed out to various provisions in the Act which says that this Act, that is the POCSO Act, is specifically dealing about inclusivity. It is dealing about children rather than any gender of the child. So here the Karnataka High Court has upheld the children protection or child protection over gender stereotype with respect to the cases involving POCSO with respect to rape, force, abuse. Understanding? Karnataka High Court has held that POCSO applies, this act applies to any person irrespective of a male or a female. And it has said that there is no gender immunity for the accused just because the accused is a woman. It has also held that the POCSO Act uses he when he forces the child. So here the Karnataka High Court has gone for a broader approach, claiming that here the usage of he can be interpreted as gender neutral, and the POCSO Act has showcased various aspects where the IPC section 8 indicates the usage of he means male or a female. So, it is going towards more of an inclusive approach. Also, when the accused side argued that the woman is traditionally a passive participant and the male is an active participant in a sexual intercourse, which the courts have highlighted it as anarchic, archaic, and it is legally invalid. Understanding? So, using this provision to squash out POCSO case is not something that is valid. And also with respect to the, let us say, during the acts, the accused side has identified a lot of things wherein the judiciary has held that anything with respect to bodily functions is separate from the psychological trauma that happens. Understanding? Just based on bodily functions, we cannot squash out the case because psychology impact is in a separate perspective and physical bodily biological functions is a separate perspective. So, we will not squash anything just based on your biological perspective. And also because there is a delay in the lodging of case, that is, it is a 4 years after the incident has occurred. Because of that, and also victim's age and trauma which it has created gives it a valid justification that they will not strike it out from, that is, they will not strike this case out from your POCSO. So, what are the legal provisions with respect to POCSO case? POCSO case came in, that is, through an act, a statutory act under your POCSO Act 2012. Wherein section 4 of this speaks about your penetrative sexual assault and section 6 speaks about aggravated assault. And IPC section 8 gives, let us say, they have taken a more of a wider approach to deal with POCSO Act on lines of IPC section 8, which takes into consideration of gender neutral pronouns. Even though the POCSO Act speaks about he, but they have taken it he means both male and female, and anything with respect to children or child irrespective of the gender, whether it is male or a female. The constitutional significance, yes, now with the doing of this, it would actually mean true sense of Article 14 equality before law and Article 15 no discrimination, especially on the lines of gender, and Article 21 is right to life with dignity, personal liberty. All of these are protected under the constitutional via wide representation or a holistic approach taken towards your POCSO case, where they have admitted that even a female can be the accused. What are the implications of this? Gender neutral ruling, women can also be the accused. The justice has to be child centric irrespective of male or female child, and also empowering male victims, and at last this will lead to a positive, let us say, a progressive precedent that we are setting in the society. With this, what comes out is the POCSO Act is gender neutral, even the women can be the accused, and justice should be for all the victims irrespective of their gender. And last, court upholds the equality, and child rights and children are to be protected at all costs irrespective of the gender. Understanding? With this, we reach the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.